Hi guys, so it's me, February. I don't know if any of you have met me yet, but if you haven't, my name's February. Feel free to message me in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. I am here tonight with this super awesome painting that I'm working on. It's going to be for my sister for either Hanukkah or her birthday or Christmas. One of those things. We celebrate all of those things. We're celebrating Hanukkah this year because we want to get to know more cultures and we'd like to be more open-minded. So anyways, I'm here and I'm just going to paint while we're talking. So that way you guys get to hear from me while we talk. I don't know what you guys are up to, but I'm having a really great night. Tonight, I decided to become an active feminist, and I talked to my mom a lot about that and my sister, and I wanted to talk about everything that's happening over in Missouri, where they had that shooting. I really am very passionate about that because I believe in people rights and I don't care about what race you are. I don't care about what else is happening in your life. I believe that all people deserve to have rights. I'm super good pro gay rights. My sister's a lesbian. She's super awesome. And someday I have this dream of becoming a surrogate mother for quite a few people. So that'll be really fun. But right now, I'm currently going to talk about everything that's happening over there. I think it's absolutely horrible that the government hasn't been really keeping an eye on these guys and that we haven't been able to fix the racism that's happening over there. And my sister researched it quite extensively, and it sounds to me, from what I've heard, that the man that shot that kid should have at least gone through a trial, and they didn't even have him do that. And the amazing part of all that is that $400,000 went into the man's pocket who was supposed to be making that decision. And I don't know exactly where that money came from, but there are actually track records on it. I'll try to link to them right there, right in that empty spot. But I will probably forget. So if I don't get back to that, feel free to message me and we will find the links to that together. But I find it absolutely amazing that the police officer was standing 100 yards away from the kid. The police officer, on his own account, was standing 30 feet away. But that is one of the reasons that I have so many problems with everything that's happening in Ferguson, is because I believe that we should be more open-minded and that we should accept black people. And one of the other facts that came out about this whole thing in Ferguson that I find probably one of the most amazing facts that doesn't come up too often is that some of these men that are involved in it are actually members of the KKK. And I can't even imagine anyone siding with them. Like, who would side with the KKK? And only people who are in the KKK would side with them. And so that's really amazing to me. And I hope that you guys can all see how important it is that we fight against this. Because whether you're black or white or any other race, Asian, Hispanic, Spanish, I honestly don't even know all the races, but I really care about all of you, and I want all of you to be as happy as you can be. And no matter what race we are, we should really come together to fight against everything that's happening in Ferguson, because that is our job. As people of our community, it is our job to fight for the rights of other people who can't fight for themselves. And I really want all of you guys to message me how you're fighting in your community and how you are helping your community, so that maybe I can give ideas to new people so that they can help fight as well. I personally have never really felt the need to do this before, but I currently want to become a spokesperson for people who are fighting. And a spokesperson for people who want to fight. And so, even if I can't do that, if I can only encourage one or two people, it would be absolutely worth it to me. Because I think that you guys are truly amazing. But I want you guys to be just super happy and super nice to each other. So, the most important thing, no matter what, is that we all are able to appreciate each other. And I thank those of you who are going to message me, and I hope that we can really get to know each other and encourage each other in our walks to encourage other people. Because that's the most important thing. People interactions are the only things that we can really actualize. Well, as always, I would love to hear from any of you guys that have something to add to this. And next, I'm going to teach you guys how to paint with me so that you guys get to actually see what my painting process is. So anyone who would like to paint. First, I got myself my palette. And this palette, I'm going with some metallic shades. They're all very cute. I've got some purples down in this region, going over to gray and white, fading into a nice pinkish red. I'm tilting the paint so they're kind of slipping. Anyways, I've got golds and greens. The reasons that I'm picking purple and green is because that's actually, so I have this super awesome sister. You may have already met her, but the super awesome sister of mine happens to be in a very happy relationship with her girlfriend Jenny. And Jenny's going to be in the show too, so you guys will all get to meet her, don't worry. But Jenny and her want to get married in the colors of purple and green. And since that's who this painting's for, I want them to get to do that. And I want to be able to just add to their already awesome, super awesome thing. Anyways, they're going for a purple and green theme. I might add some teal and pinks too, because I really like that. Oh, if you guys didn't get to see already, I think I showed most of you guys, but it's gonna be kind of an octopus up this way, and it's gonna look like he's in an ocean and kind of grabbing at the camera, hopefully. That's my plan anyways. We'll see how it turns out. I feel like even if it doesn't come out exactly how I think it should, it's gonna be really pretty, so I'm excited to show you guys. And that is for Trina, well, for April. She wants me to call her April on this web show, because we're wanting to go by code names. So if you guys could all do me a favor and just stick with that, that would be awesome of you. And once we go back to my parents' house, I'll video my little dog for you, and you get to meet my dog. Because I started this web show because of Jenna Marbles, and it was like not my idea. I'll link to her right up here as well. And Jenna Marbles is so the best ever. I respect her more than I've respected most people in my entire life. And I hope that someday she gets to see my videos, because that would mean the world to me. I don't think that she could ever understand how much that would mean to me. But if she ever did watch it, I hope that it would make her happy to see this, and happy to know that she's encouraging young women to grow and be good people. Anyways, Jenna Marbles has a little dog, and so I think that little dogs should definitely be part of the web show. And I have a little dog, and her name is Toru Honda, and she lives with my parents. She's half pug, half Shih Tzu, 100% adorable. I love her to death with all my heart, and someday I'm going to get another dog. I'm going to get probably a French Bulldog. I like French Bulldogs. I think that they're one of the cutest dogs in the world. So I would love it if I ever got to have a French Bulldog. But even if I don't, you know how it goes. It's just awesome. So let's see, what should I paint next? Should I work on his body? Yeah, I think I should. You guys probably like that, huh? Then you'll get to start see him coming out, and he's going to have a blue background because he's in the water. And he's going to have pink on his body, Maybe I should look up pictures of octopuses while I do this. What do you think, guys? Well, you can't really give me feedback right now because I'm actively doing this. I really want to learn how to live chat so that you guys can be seeing this all live. I wonder how we do live stream that. Oh well, I'll figure it out later. If one of you guys would like to hit me up and teach me how, I would love that. I'll try to link to that again up here, link to like an email or my YouTube, whichever one of those works, and it'll be super awesome. And I'm doing him a whole bunch of different colors so that it looks like he's currently changing colors. Because octopuses can do that a lot better than most animals, even better than chameleons, actually. Octopuses are a totally cool species, actually. They're much more intelligent than most other things. In fact, each of their tentacles has a mind of its own. Literally. It's got all of the things that we keep in our brain in each of its tentacles. And so I think it's absolutely a gorgeous animal. I wonder if I've got my other paintbrush out here. Oh, I left it over there. I'm super lazy. I'm actually only using one paintbrush for this entire painting so far. I used one paintbrush for my other painting as well. That way I can do this. So as I keep going, I'm just kind of filling in his body a little bit. He's super relaxed here. So I'm going to think of something else to talk about while I do this. Let's talk about the room, because that is up on my wall. So, the Nostalgia Critic. Now that's a guy that I respect and I love watching his videos. Anyways, I've been watching these videos for ages, and I don't know about you guys, but I think that he's just fantastic. And he reviewed the video, The Room, and he's been someone that I've watched for years, and after his review, which I do suggest watching, I'll try to link it to you again in that same place that I link everything to, the giant empty spot on the wall. I'm going to stop telling you where I'm going to link stuff because just find a white spot of the wall and I will link it there. So that's going to be awesome. So I appreciate you guys watching me. If you're wanting to learn some painting tips, what I suggest you do is start with any sort of resources, anything that you can get your hands on. A paintbrush, a toothbrush, a hairbrush. If you can't get your hands on some kind of brush utensil, please message me. I will send you brushes so that you can learn how to paint. You can paint on almost any surface, your walls, paper, your own feet, your face. I suggest doing all of the above. Also canvases if you happen to have those. I suggest you learn to paint by putting the paint on the brush and applying brush to paper. I personally was not an artist for years. I've not always been this artistic. I like that I'm being this artistic, and I love that I'm getting to share that with you. But if you do not feel like you're this artistic, you are not the only one. Every one of us has felt that way before. So, I respect that. But if you do get the chance, send me a picture of your video. I want to see those. Send me, a video of your picture. Send me a picture of your painting. That's what I want to see. I don't really, I'd love to watch your videos if you have those too, but I'm not worried about that. What else can we talk about, guys? We could talk about my love for Phineas and Ferb. I happen to adore that TV show. I am so sad that it's going off the air. It was one of the best TV shows of its time. It was a cartoon based in an alternate reality, for those of you who don't know anyways. It was a cartoon based in an alternate reality where they were pretty much able to do anything they wanted to. And it really spoke to me in the way that it encouraged me to dream big. And maybe you don't have to start with the whole world. Maybe you can start with the tri-state area and work your way out from there. And then on top of that, it had this really, really totally cool thing that not all of the relationships in it were actually that they weren't traditional. You had families that have been divorced, families that have been remarried, families that have changed over time, step brothers and sisters. You've got Buford and Baljeet, which I don't know about you guys, but a lot of people kind of ship those two. Like they think that they should be in a romantic couple. And I agree with them because those two love each other so much and they are so happy together. And if I could do one thing in the world, it would be to get those awesome two together because they are so cute. And I would want to see that couple. But they're so happy together, and I love that because, as you know, happiness is my favorite thing. So, I hope that if you haven't watched the show yet, this inspires you to watch it. Because of all the things that Disney's put out recently, it's been one of my favorites. I've been really enjoying that, and I liked Big Hero 6. So I'll probably do a review to Big Hero 6. We might even actually do a watch along once the DVD comes out. We'll buy the DVD, we'll watch it with you guys, we'll make commentary, and if we figured it out by that point, we'll do it like live so that you guys can see us. And maybe we'll do it where you guys can message us back. That would be so much fun. See, it's funny because Katrina already commented once before that I talk to you guys like you already exist. This is actually before I've had a chance to post a single video, before I've gotten to meet anyone, before you guys have become my people. But I can feel and sense that I'm going to love you guys. So I feel very comfortable with you already, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys. So that's exciting. You know what sucks in modern times is the fact that young people are not allowed to complain about being sore. Because I personally have a lot of physical health problems. I've almost died multiple times. I've been in and out of the ER and urgent care probably more than 30 times. I've been so sick, I legitimately thought I was going to die. And honestly, so sick that I really legitimately could have died. It wasn't even just a passing phase. It was like, okay, no, seriously, though, you're sick as fuck. And the most recent time was really, really hard on me. And it was all about a month or two ago. And every day since I've gotten better has been fantastic. And I just hope that I can get better because that would mean the world to me. But if I can't, I will survive. Because I'm a strong young woman and I don't need no man. Although I do hate being single. So if any of you guys know any hot, tall gentlemen, I especially love tall guys. You know, I'll use this as a dating invite if any of you guys want to meet me. But if not, like, or if you're going to be an asshole, don't meet me because I am an active feminist. I am an We learned a new word today, and it was the word of the day. We're going to start doing that word of the day. I love word of the days. It's going to be like Sesame Street. But anyways, intersectional. Intersectional is our word of the day, and that means that we also care about people of other races' rights, and we care about people of other walks of life. And the point being, I don't just care about women. I care about all people of different races. I care about all people of different walks of lives. I care about people with special needs and disabilities. I care about homosexuals and anyone else in the LGBT community. And I want to just love all of you and give each of you a hug because you guys mean the world to me. I get to meet a lot of you in my everyday work, and that is probably the best part of my life, is getting to spend time with people from all over the world. And I could not do this without you guys. So thank you. Oh, if there's anyone that you know that you think would like to watch these videos but can't watch them because of some problem, like they can't hear and would like us to have subtitles, or if you have someone that maybe can't see and I could describe what I'm painting better, or if you guys have any other need that I could help fix to make you guys as comfortable as you can be while you're watching the videos, just give me a holler, because I am so ready to fix any problems that we're having. I want to be as open-minded and helpful as I can be. And one of the things that I'd like to do while we're making this YouTube channel is I really want to show that I care about especially Black people with everything that has been happening, or African American people. I am so sorry if that offended anyone, but especially African American people or any other dark skinned people. If you aren't American yet, if you live in some other country, if you aren't here, whatever. I love you, I respect you, I want you to know that I care about you as well. And if there's any other words that I can use to describe you guys, to make sure you guys know that I care about you and want to respect whatever you want to be called, as always, just leave it in the comments. So, I'm a very privileged individual. I'm a white woman in this time, and that has its pros and cons. And I'll probably do some really heartfelt videos where I talk about the cons that have happened because of this. And I'll do some videos where I talk about the pros. Today we're going to talk about the pros because that's really, really good. And I know that you guys probably don't believe me that there are cons, but we'll talk about that later. And I don't want to make a big deal about anything that we haven't even talked about yet, So feel free to just ignore that for now. And we'll talk about my life history because I would love to share my story with you guys. But I want to be here for our Black community and our African American community and be here to prove to them that there are white people in the world who care about them and respect them as much as they respect other white people, and that I want to love all of you guys still. One of my most recent crushes was on a very, very dark Black man, and he was very attractive, and I have no racist thoughts about that, and I want to show that there are honorable white people in the world, because I feel like I could give up at any moment, and like there aren't enough, and that makes me sad. I really wish that there could be more, because you guys are fantastic and I love you. So anyways, I've got to keep painting because I don't often get much time that Katrina's not here. I mean, April, I'm sorry. It's going to take me a while to get used to calling her that. But it would mean the world to us if you guys would call her that. Because I'm February and she's April. And you guys are watching the entire calendar as you go by. Because, yeah, it was a really weird joke. I don't even know why I made it. It was just kind of some words that came to my head. But, maybe we're the calendar girls. I think I'll bring that up to Katrina. I think she'll really like that one. That's a cute name. Or you guys could be the calendar girls. Unless you don't want to be girls, in which case you could be calendar boys or calendar anything else you want to be called. Like, come up with your own name for yourself and message me that, and I will name my fans. And if you guys like the calendar girls and boys, we'll stick with that, okay? And that would be super awesome. And Jenny's name, I keep calling her Jenny on accident, but her name is going to be November, I believe. I feel kind of tired because it's almost midnight right now, but I have tomorrow off, and I'm really enjoying this conversation with you guys that you aren't actually a part of yet, but you will be. So I know that I'm going to enjoy it, and I appreciate that about you guys, that I already know I'm going to enjoy you guys. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my life story since we have the time to do that right now. I personally have had a really, really rough time of it these past couple of months. I have had um, scarlet fever, which I don't know if you know this about that, but it was a plague that killed hundreds of, probably even thousands of people when it was around. But not only is it a plague that could actually happen, it is a plague that is still around today because it's actually the same virus as strep throat. And the reason you have to get strep throat treated by a doctor is because you need the antibiotics to kill it. It actually won't go away on its own. So I was so sick that I could have actually died. And that was really, really rough on me. I am so glad that I had my sister because I don't think I could have handled it without her. Like, she was so good to me.